Hello, good morning and welcome to Euros Daily. It's 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, the 20th of June. It's day 10 of Euro 2020. I'm Joe Carter and I'll be your guide throughout this pan-European footballing party. Lots to get through today with yesterday's games to review and all two of today's games to preview. Our Man of the Match and Dick of the Day awards and Roz's iconic stat of the day. All of that to come here on Euros Daily. Comment, like, subscribe, allow notifications, and share this video. Share the love, people. Come on, we need to grow this thing. We just hit 4,000 views. Woohoo! Party, let's go. Alongside me is the one and only. He is an encyclopedia of footballing knowledge. Just don't do an Ashley Cole and underestimate him. It is, of course, Roz Mac. How you doing, Roz?
Yeah, not too bad, thanks. Great games yesterday. Really good games. I think we've only had about one or two poor games, and England-Scotland was one of them. So, yeah, no, it should be really good games later on. The sort of second group of death, I guess you'd call it.
Well, yeah, kind of. I mean, there's only one team dying. It looks like Turkey. But, let's get on to yesterday's games then. 10 goals across the three games, which was a much better return than the 3 goals we got the day before. Hungary-France 1-1. Wow. I mean, we watched this game together. What did you? Well, I know what you made of it, but tell the viewers what you thought.
I think it's great for Hungary. Historic result for them. Particularly with the fans there, it was a nice moment. And that first goal, they sort of ran through on goal. Did really well to take the lead. Had a couple more chances as well, but I still think France are kind of in that mode of taking the piss, really. There's again, there were sort of outrageous bits of skill. My highlight of the match was the Mbappe sort of back heel flick to Benzema.
Yeah, it was like a volley back heel, wasn't it? It was an insane pass, and Benzema.
It's like it was playing FIFA Street.
Yeah,
you know, FIFA Street, where you just got like kick up, and you like Peter Crouch playing with Ronaldinho.
Yeah, it was.
Reminding me of that. It's like you would only ever do that on a playground.
It was on a silver platter, wasn't it, for Benzema? And he just, well, it's almost like he saw the silver platter and did this to the table. No thanks.
It sort of came off. It wasn't even shin really, because it sort of came off the sort of what's the word for that in your ankle? The ball.
The ball of your ankle.
Yeah.
What's the word?
That was cool.
You ask me some weird questions on this podcast. That is the weirdest.
You know.
Your ankle, is that what you're talking about?
Ankle... but there's a bit in your ankle that sort of goes out.
The ankle joint. Is that what you mean? The joint of your ankle?
Yeah, it came off Benzema's ankle joint. Fine.
And that was the point you were trying to make. That was that whole minute of the podcast was just used up for that.
Yes.
Okay, right. Let's get on to the next game then, shall we?
Right. No, I think France taking the piss. I think Griezmann took the rebound well, good anticipation, but ultimately, again, don't read too much into the result in terms of France. I think they're still in third gear.
Do you reckon? I think France might be doing a World Cup 2002 on us again. I think they might be a fancied team that just get dumped out of the group stage. They're like, we won the World Cup, this is nothing, don't care, see you later.
I hope so, if we draw them. Good.
Honourable mention to the Hungarian commentator lady at the table.
Yes. What was that?
That was so aggressive, wasn't it? What was that all about? When Fiola scored the goal, he ran across and jumped over this kind of rope. And there's a lady sitting there commentating, presumably Hungarian radio or something like that. But she was sitting at this like budget table. It's like some plastic table. She's sitting there. She's got all her notes and her laptop on the table and stuff with the microphone. And it was like something out of WWE, wasn't it? It was like, oh my God, here comes Viola right to the table, right on my announcer's table.
What are you doing, JR?
Yeah.
That was really weird. It was that Newcastle player that did that, where he just went ballistic after scoring a goal and started kicking the advertising board. Kind of reminded me of that. It was just like,
yeah. Another thing as well, lots of objects being thrown from the crowd. It's like
the French. It looks like
the French fans throwing like beer cups and Coke bottles and all sorts. I think it may be
classy Bell champions.
Yeah, great. They're good winners, aren't they?
If you're in someone else's country, you're the away fans, and you know that everyone's probably rooting for the underdog, and it's good for Hungary. And you haven't even lost; you've just drawn, and you're probably going to get out of the group anyway. And then you throw beer at puppets.
Absolutely. Anyway, okay, yeah, entertaining game nonetheless. 1-1. Portugal Germany was the 5 o'clock kickoff from the football arena Munich. Portugal ended up losing this one 4-2. But what an entertaining game it was, Roz. And Germany, who you said will finish bottom of the group. How's that looking?
Could still happen. My other prediction was that this Portugal side is nowhere near as good as everyone thinks it is, player for player. It's a FIFA team. You know, it's like when people build teams on FIFA. You know, what is it? The Ultimate Team thing, where they get all the cards. And you look at those formations, and they've never got any defensive midfielders. They've never got any... They just don't look like they're going to work as a team. And it's a bit like that. It's like you've sort of gone for all these kind of world-class players in pretty much every position.
Yeah.
And everyone just assumes that it's going to work, and it hasn't really for me. Like I said, I don't get the best out of Bruno Fernandes. Ronaldo with goal and assist, having quite a good Euro so far. It was like the 3 goals and the 1 assist. But beyond that, like Portugal really didn't impress me. So easy to get round the back with Germany. So many sort of identical goals. Who's the left midfielder for them, or the left wing back? Plays for Atalanta.
Oh, Goosens.
Goosens, I thought was brilliant. Really good performance from him. But the similarity between the goals, it was like Portugal just stopped learning. Like
it was kind of like Man City, wasn't it? In the way that they get down the bylines inside.
Yeah.
And well, that's how they got 2 own goals out of Portugal, didn't they? Mus is in the comments. Hello, Mus. How you doing? Hope you're enjoying your holiday, mate. Will Turkey finally shock the world and register a goal? And he said, don't forget Ronaldo's piece of skill toying with the nibbler. That's Rudiger to you and me. It was a great bit of skill. And Mus, if you were here, I'm sure you'd take us through that piece of skill, you know, frame by frame. But you know, you're not here, so we're not gonna. 4-2, 2 own goals for Portugal then. The first one, Ruben Dias. The second one, Rafa Guerreiro, after Ronaldo had put Portugal 1-0 up. Havertz and Goosens scoring in the 51st and 60th minute, respectively, before Diogo Jota pulled back what turned out to be a consolation goal. Very entertaining game, though.
Very entertaining. And you saying Diogo Jota pulled back just reminded me, or I think Mus reminded us at the time, that Jota's finally learnt his lesson. He was in on goal and he passed to Ronaldo. Imagine the traumatic dressing room experience he must have had to have, like Ronaldo coming up to him and sort of...
Yeah, he's like, you don't shoot, all right? You pass to me. Yeah. I'm Ronaldo. I am Ronaldo. How dare you shoot? I'm Ronaldo.
Did you see the...
I'm Ronaldo.
Did you see the Isak Gary Lineker thing?
No.
Sort of, do you know who I am kind of stuff. So Gary Lineker was talking up Alexander Isak for Sweden.
Yeah.
A Swedish reporter asked Isak, what do you think of Gary Lineker? Do you know who Gary Lineker is? He said, isn't he an old footballer in the studio? And he said, oh no, he got the golden boot in the 1986 World Cup. And he went, oh really? Yeah, I wasn't born then.
What a lad. Very entertaining game. And finished 4-2 to Germany. That group remains the most exciting one for me to watch come next week. Okay, last game of the day then yesterday was Spain-Poland. Ended up 1-1, which, I mean, I think both teams will kind of be happy with. Spain might be a little disheartened, but they both remain in with a shout. Morata scored on 25 minutes and Lewandowski levelled on 54. I mean, what do we read into this game and the resulting kind of situation in the group as a whole?
If Morata's 4 yards out, then he can finish. But not if he's 6 yards out, apparently. I mean, the The Moreno penalty miss was poor. I thought Morata reacting to it was poorer. And it really doesn't look great for Spain if they've got two strikers, one that can't score from 12 yards, one that can't score from 6 to 8 yards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still think that they're sort of just feeling their way into the tournament, really. Spain,
Yeah,
Poland, deep side. Good to see Lewandowski getting on the score sheet. This is actually my stat of the day.
Okay, here we go.
However,
Hang on. It's time for Roz's stat of the day.
Nice. One day we'll get like a jingle, like a proper. It'll be good. Well, I have to give credit to Mus for this. He sent it to the group, and it's just too good to miss out. So, Kasper Kozlowski, butchering the Polish language there, aged 17 years and 246 days, became the youngest player to appear in the European Championship finals when he came on as a substitute. That record was held by Jude Bellingham. This tournament, he came on and it's broken in just 6 days. He came on against Croatia.
Wow.
So,
is there anyone younger that's going to supersede that record now in the tournament? I wonder.
how old's Ped? No, it can't be Pedri.
Pedri's 18, yeah.
Is 18?
Perhaps.
I mean, maybe there's like some North Macedonian 15-year-old.
Well, like Pandev's son, Pandev's grandson, just going to turn out. Okay, right. It's time for man of the match day, dick of the day. Roz, yesterday we need a man of the match day. So the best player has to be one person, single person. You can't go for a team like you did yesterday. One standout player across the whole match day, please. Man of the match day. Who is it?
So we were just saying about fantasy before we started the show and how sort of Mbappe is really not getting a lot of points, which is true on fantasy. He's not, but I think he's showing that he's pretty much the front runner for Ballon d'Or next year. I think just as an individual talent, was doing some ridiculous stuff in the Hungary game.
Interesting.
So yeah, Mbappe was outstanding. Quick feet, that skill we talked about earlier. Beastly quick. Oh, what a player.
Well, this is the thing, right? When I think about Mbappe, like I agree with you, he's insanely good. Everyone's saying he's fast, but he's not. He's not the fastest player in the tournament. You know, I looked at the stats yesterday, and the very detailed Euro 2020 website has lots of player profiles, player metrics, player stats. Fastest player at the tournament is Leonardo Spinazzola, who's registered sort of 33.8 kilometers per hour, something like that. Dan James is up there. Mbappe's not in the top 10. He's not a fast player. What he has is acceleration over a short space. So he doesn't.
I mean, given how long a football pitch is, like the amount of times that you're sort of not going to change direction and sort of, you know, if you reach your peak speed or whatever, it's not about using like I've seen that Ronaldo documentary on Sky.
Yeah.
Where they take him into the lab, do all those experiments.
Oh, yeah,
him. And they test his speed against an Olympic sprinter. And they do all these tests. So, you know, how fast is he, how high can he actually jump, how powerful is his kicking ability. It's a really good documentary if you want to think about sort of sporting intelligence, which lots of people go, oh, it's not a thing, but it's definitely a thing. And yeah, he's sort of narrowly loses to an Olympic sprinter when they're just running in 100 meters. Like he's like ridiculously close. And then what they do is they say, well, we're going to do it again, but because you don't actually do that in a football match, you change direction very quickly. So we're going to put out some cones. And what you need to do is sort of dribble through the cones. And he absolutely blitzes him. Yeah, it's so like, what was the measurement?
It's kind
how
of,
did they test this speed?
Yeah, top speed.
Over how long?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just the top speed they've registered in the tournament.
Yeah, but yeah, Mbappe's doing it week in, week out. He might not be in the top 10 in terms of that. I'm glad Dan James is up there. I've been saying for a while he's the quickest player I've ever seen.
Yeah, Dan James, most corners taken as well, 9.
Yes. You've got the Welsh Pirlo
The Welsh
and
Pirlo.
Dan James on corners.
Why is there so many Pirlos at this tournament? Is the world crying out for an actual Pirlo? Like, got the Yorkshire Pirlo, the Welsh Pirlo. Yesterday on the commentary, he was calling him the Hungarian Paul Scholes, their centre mid.
Yeah,
Hungary. What is this trend of like naming someone after someone else, but from a different place? Oh, who knows? Maybe it all started with the Croydon De Bruyne. Okay, Dick of the day, Roz. Who was the Dick of the day yesterday? Was it Hungary's goal scorer Viola going over?
For going over to the.
He literally destroyed her homework. It was like literally she's sitting there, it's like she's doing her homework or something, and he's just gone over and been like, "Bang, see you later."
and it was sort of, I'm gonna laugh it off, but also, what the fuck are you doing? She was just like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? Let's go for that.
Yeah, okay, cool. Right, then let's get on to previewing today's games then. And, well, Group A will be decided this evening. By 7 o'clock, we'll know the two kind of automatic qualifiers. We won't necessarily know the third place qualifier, but we'll have a good idea of the situation. Italy, Wales at 5 o'clock, and Switzerland against Turkey also at 5 o'clock. So, the permutations, let's kind of think about the group here. Italy on 6 points, Wales on 4, Switzerland on 1, Turkey on 0, nil point. So, you know, let's focus on Wales. What do Wales have to do against Italy to ensure their qualification?
So I would say don't get battered. But to be honest, I think 4 points would be enough. Yeah, I don't think it will go down to goal difference. Looking at the other groups, I think 4 points is more than enough. So actually, Wales can probably just put other kids for this. Put all the reserves. Maybe I don't know if they've got any 17-year-olds that can beat the Polish lads' record, but for this, I mean, I think
Ruben Colwell?
Wales, it's more about keeping up the momentum, that self-belief, and if you do get battered, that will sort of take a massive knock on their confidence. So, yeah, just go toe to toe, nothing to lose. No reason why the likes of Bale and Juventus, Bale from, I don't know, I'm hungover again. Can you tell? Bale and Ramsey. It's like
Bale and Juventus.
I don't even know. One of those. There's no reason Bale and Ramsey can't go toe to toe with the likes of Bonucci, Verratti if he's back. Really hoping we start seeing him soon. Not that Italy need him.
Yeah.
I mean, 2-3-0 wins. It's almost like the other team's forfeited. But yeah, I think Wales are through anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, interesting one to look out for if you're watching this game as well is, you know, the aforementioned Speed Kings, Spinazzola and James, two of the fastest players at the tournament. That will be an interesting matchup, and I imagine James will be on the right and Spinazzola will be at left back.
Exactly.
That will be a very enticing watch. I fancy Wales' chances in this. I really do. I think they've got this kind of spirit about them, which is like... Why are you looking at me like that? It's not beyond the realms of possibility, Roz. Come on. They'll be Italy's first real test, I think, in this group. I think Turkey didn't provide a test for them. Switzerland didn't. I think Wales will see the real Italy today, I think, at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
What's your prediction?
I mean, Wales have 2 good players and Italy have 11. So,
but I mean, it doesn't have to be that binary, does it? It's not necessarily about what level of player you have in your team. It's about 11v11. It's a tournament. Literally, this is going to sound so Sunday League, and it's Sunday morning, so why not? Who wants it more, lads? Who wants it more? Do you want it? Do you want it? We'll go out and get it then, okay? That's the situation, and I think Wales will be more up for it, and I think Wales might give Italy a little run for their money this afternoon.
Can I just really quickly chat? I went back and looked at some of the live comments because they don't show up on the other comments. Tom Rumble, what's his YouTube name?
Rumble, I don't know. Yeah, Tommy.
Tom. It's either Tom that comments sometimes?
No, that's
Oh, is that
Tom.
different, Tom?
Yeah, it's a different Tom. I don't think he's here today. Will's in the comments this morning. Will says, "Is Wales worth a bet?" Oh, maybe I'm confident Wales will do all right against Italy. Not sure it's worth betting on them. They will qualify though. They'll qualify.
Don't listen to him, Will, because just look at the fantasy table, and I'm second place, and Joe's somewhere below
Oh,
second
shut up,
place.
mate. You can do one.
So he
Right.
doesn't really know what he's talking about. No,
Will,
that's how
hang on.
been,
Will also says, Turkey need to stop being scared. It's not Christmas yet. And Mus says, classic Will. Just so it's classic Will. That is Will. Thanks for your comments. Apparently they're classic. Roz.
The comments a few days ago before the Scotland-England game, whoever this Tom in the comments was.
Tom in the comments. You take him down.
It made for beautiful reading because he was laughing at the prospect of England being scared of Scotland's 2 left backs. And the amount of comments saying it was going to be an easy England victory. I just like to. A mate reminded me last night. I totally feel I don't like to brag. I don't. Gloating is not really my my thing.
No, not at all.
But someone totally. I totally forgotten, and someone reminded me last night that I did predict, having watched the qualifiers, having watched all the friendlies, that England would beat Croatia comfortably, which I think we did. I know it was only 1-0, but beat Croatia comfortably and draw with Scotland.
There you go, Mr. Prediction.
You listen to me, Will. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's on about.
You also said that Germany would finish bottom of Group F. Let's see if that happens.
But
right.
I also said,
Roz.
I also said that Portugal weren't as good as people thought they were. So it's win-win for me, really. Like, whatever happens.
Mus is in the comments.
Can we get back onto this group? Because what's that, Joe?
Roz. Mus is in the comments. Says Roz is currently recruiting a private investigator to identify who Universal Fleece is in order to track them down and laugh at them to get in their prediction room. Right. Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Roz, we haven't got time for this. What is it?
How many more points does Scotland have than Turkey?
Oh, ouch. Misdirected, mate. I'm not a Turkey fan. What's your prediction for Italy-Wales then? Prediction, man of the match. Very quickly.
3-0 Italy. Again, they can't seem to stop.
Man of the match?
Immobile.
Okay, so you're saying that Lightning's going to strike thrice and Italy will win 3-0 again. All the threes. Ooh. Okay, Switzerland-Turkey is the other game in that group. You just had a little dig at Turkey. Was there a reason for that, or you just fancied having a go at someone?
Some of my mates Turkish, and they've been dreadful, haven't they?
They have been dreadful.
It's hard that everyone was really rating highly, including myself, for the players that they have. And wow. Yeah,
Switzerland have a point, so they'll be looking at winning this game for qualification. Turkey, this is right. So we've moaned about the formula, the way it all kind of works out, the format of the tournament, the six groups, 24 teams, and stuff. But this is where Turkey still have something to play for in the third game, because 3 points, they might have a slim chance of getting through.
I think 3 points and a increase in the goal difference, like dramatic. It needs to be like a 9-0 or something. Because they're on -5 at the moment. So realistically, if there are any teams that do go through on 3 points, the ones with the highest goal difference there aren't going to be many sides with as bad a goal difference as that, I don't think.
True say. So what's your prediction for this one, Roz? Switzerland, Turkey?
I think both sides will be trying to be patient, and it will just not really develop into anything, to be honest. I can see it being a 1-1. Nothing to write home about.
1-1. They both just sort of limp out of the tournament. I fancy Switzerland. I really do. I think they're going to be up for this, aren't they? They're going to be up for it. They're going to want it more, lads. Xhaka and co with his stupid blonde hair. Who would do that? And I can see them getting the 3 points and getting through to the knockouts stages. Okay, let's have a look at our fantasy team, shall we? Before we do that, if you're watching this, you enjoy it, get in the comments, say hello, tell us your predictions, stuff like that. You can drop a like on the video, you can subscribe to the channel and allow notifications, and follow us on Twitter at EPLW pod. I think we've been stuck on 9 followers for about well, since we started, we got 9 followers and we still got 9. So go and be number 10. If you're number 10 follower, we will get you a donut. How about that? Sound good?
Nice. Are
Donut?
you paying, Joe?
Of course I am. Yeah. Only the best donuts as well. Let's have a look at our fantasy football then to finish off the show. So here's the bottom of our table. There's 22 players in our league now. We had a new member join. If you want to join, the code is in the description. So bottom of the table, 22nd place. He thought it couldn't get any worse because he was 21st, but then someone else joined and now he's 22nd. It is PBR Mason, Mr. Wooden Spoon, Pookie Woogie all night long. Bald Fraud, Sam Johnson's down there as well. That's Sam, who's featured on the pod. 15 points. Sam, 15 points, Sam. Really? How do you even get 15 points? LK...
Yeah, I'd to cram in as many Spurs players as possible, that'd be it.
LK's 20th. 19th is David Bucknell with 0 points. See, he told me I'm rubbish at fantasy. Well, you're not, mate. You're 19th out of 22. That's good. You're out of the relegation zone right there. And Dave Halier, Dave H, is 18th. Top of the table. Dominator. Who else? 122 points. DB 92. Second is our very own Roz County, repping the pod. Well done, mate. 113 points. Jack.music is third with BRFC. And your own Matt Basley in fourth. The fifth player, there's only 5 of you guys that have reached over 100 points already, and that's Tommy Rumble 150 on 101 points. Our new boy, Phoenix Fret, is in at 6th on 99 points, just jumping ahead of me on 98 in 7th. And Mus is 8th. Oh, it's all tucking up quite nicely at the top, isn't it, Roz? I think it's going to be an interesting tournament. Any tips for the fantasy going into this game week?
Do better.
Sorry?
I'm at the top. Do better. Come on. I want some competition.
Outrageous. Right, see you tomorrow morning, mate. Have a good one.
That's fun.
Bye.